Welcome to Football or Soccer, the podcast. This is our question and answers episode. We're going to jump straight into it. How are you?
Amazing.
Good?
We good? We ready?
Good, son?
Splendid.
God, that was a lively start to this. If you listen to this, you probably just drove your car off a cliff.
Sleep.
Or you can tell Liverpool on a wobble.
Not on a wobble. Just normal stuff.
Right, so the listeners have been sending us in questions. Thank you very much.
We don't know
Keep
them either,
sending
by
them
the
in.
way. We don't know these, do we? We haven't.
No, I know them, but you don't.
Yeah. Exactly.
So the first one, and I actually, do you know what? I wanted to bring this up in an episode, so this someone thinks like me. What do you think about players with holes in their socks? You know, everyone now cuts the calves. And what do we think of that? Is it a fad? Obviously, they're saying
there must be some data that says it does some kind of like circulation or something.
Well,
it's the pressure on the muscles, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, but then I've seen older players say get a bigger pair of socks because then you ain't got the pressure on.
Exactly what I would say. That's my answer. Get a bigger pair of socks.
Do you know what I want to liken this to?
And Nike. Are you saying Adidas and Nike can't send you a bigger pair of socks?
Exactly. Or make a pair of socks for you. If you've got the world's biggest calf, Nike, can you make me a pair of socks?
Just send a bigger pair of socks. Just stop being daft.
I don't know. I think
silly.
if it puts you in a mindset where you think you're going to be better, and if there's a little bit, if the players see that it's there and you go, fuck yeah, he's got big calves, and that intimidates them. I don't know that it does, but if there's, I'm not saying it does.
No, but they've all got this ripped socks,
not
haven't
all
they?
of them, but I mean, but I think.
I think 90% of the players now have it, don't they?
If you think it helps and that makes you play better, then I'm going to say it's a good idea.
Do you know what I'd liken it to in our day as a fad?
Go on.
What did Patrick Vieira start?
The old rub.
Vicks VapoRub on the show.
Oh,
do you remember
the
that?
Vicks.
Yeah.
Hey,
remember that? And I actually was thinking,
let me go,
then all of a
let
sudden,
me go
everyone
one
had it, didn't
further
they?
back.
The nose bands.
Robbie Fowler.
Yeah.
Let me go one further back from
all
that.
the things
Yeah,
I played
exactly.
one of those.
Yeah, the nose.
And then Bex's Alice band.
Yeah.
But
his
that VapoRub was you saw
Cantona
that, didn't
with
you?
the collar
It just
up.
got bigger and bigger each week, didn't it? And then all of a sudden it disappeared. No one ever done it ever again, did they?
No, it's true. Actually.
That went into Sunday League, everything, didn't it? Everyone done that.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's a fad. Well, there we go.
That was
Right.
Did you ever play with your collar up? Did you ever put your collar up to play?
like Cantona back in the day.
Did you ever
Well, no,
do it?
see, I was Julian Dix, so I was either cut it off, because Julian Dix used to cut the collar off.
Did he?
Yeah, or if it was like I was playing for a team and I wasn't allowed to cut it off, because it was like
Took it
you're
in.
all but
Someone else's
I'd
shirt.
tuck it in, so it was all bent inwards, but it looked like Julian Dix. And then I always used to rip the thing, even though my neck wasn't big enough. Yeah, because Julian Dix used to do it. So it was like I used to 100% do that. But a collar up as well. That was always it was great when it was.
I remember doing it once for the school football team. I remember doing it once for the school football team at Savio. Mr. Bruchman, who was he was our manager. I walked out with it, and he just said, "Put it down."
Yeah.
He wasn't having it.
It's
He
funny
wasn't
why
having
that
it.
was
Probably
almost
like
deemed
13.
offensive, wasn't it? Like a collar up. Like it was like it was Cantonas thing. Do you remember when Razor used to turn it over?
Yeah.
Like Liverpool, and he just kept putting it down, didn't he? And Cantona and him was in the tussle, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I do remember that.
That was
On a
funny,
corner,
wasn't it?
he put it down. Yeah.
Right, next one. This is also an old school one, and I don't know if we've had this before, but I know we've discussed it before. Me and Tony have, but I've got it on here. Do you prefer black or coloured boots? You wondered where I was going to go with that, didn't you? Thought I was going to say women.
And the podcast was going so well.
I've done my ribs here. I can't.
Next
I've got
question.
cramp.
Next question.
Saved.
No, what do you prefer? Black. So, do you know what's funny? So we done Christmas Day yesterday.
Yeah.
Here. Santa came early because we're going away, so we done it here. And I got my boy a black pair of Copa Mondials.
Brilliant.
Right? And he was like, these are unbelievable. Because he's never seen black boots. Because they only make colour boots now for kids.
Yeah.
So
We talked about this about the R9s and the Predators.
yeah,
and all
you
that type of
don't
stuff,
you
yeah.
don't see coloured black boots at all.
No.
I think they are pretty much the only ones that are still black, aren't they?
Amazing.
What did you prefer, black or coloured boots?
I always used to wear the black boots back in the day.
What was
I remember.
I mean,
when
those
they started to
Copa
change the colours,
Mondials,
and I
though,
found it,
are Rolls
obviously,
Royce
like anything
boots.
that's new, you kind of go, "Wow, what's that?" But now I don't know. I mean, some of them I think look ace. Some of these,
Yeah, they
I
do.
mean, like the new Predators look great.
Unless you're
you know.
Puma, with old Cucurella and his boots in the bin, the greatest. I mean,
Oh yeah, what a flop!
talk about a
Whoa.
marketing disaster.
It was awful, wasn't it?
Jaguar did Puma.
And it also
Yeah.
wasn't Puma's fault either.
No.
It was his balance
Yeah.
that just went, wasn't it? It was just freak accidents, wasn't it, really?
There's probably too much water on the pitch, whatever it was at the time. I mean,
Because he changed studs to studs, didn't he?
yeah. Well, he changed back to his old boots because that was the whole thing. But they'd chosen Cucurella to launch these new boots, and he was wearing them in the first ever game, and he was the face of the brand.
He has actually
And
made
then
himself look a tit a couple of times,
yeah.
Cucurella, hasn't he?
And then put a picture of them in the fucking bin.
Do you remember, like, so he's had the boots one, and then he's also had the Haaland one. Do you remember that, where he's like, Haaland trembling?
Oh,
like,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
Haaland
yeah, right.
threw him around the pitch like a rag doll, didn't he? Literally
Yeah.
tossed him about, didn't he? Like a little chihuahua. But he's having a good season.
Wow.
The other week he got done again with pulling his hair, didn't he?
He did, yeah. Well, the Southampton guy got sent off for it.
Gave his hair yanked,
Yeah,
didn't it?
I mean, yeah, definitely, it was a little dramatic.
It's funny how a player plays with massive hair.
Yeah, I know. Talking of dramatics, by the way, what about Carl Walker pretending to be head-butted yesterday? That was the highlight. I
My
know,
God.
wasn't it?
What an embarrassment!
Just like,
He looked so bad, didn't he?
didn't he? Like, that was
But you know what, right? So Haaland after that game posted, and the Oscar goes to,
I
right?
saw that.
Did anyone see that prick as well? When he went down for the penalty, so he was
Oh,
he's
yeah.
making all this thing,
Yeah.
screaming, holding his leg. Never even touched his leg, and then got up. He was obviously going for a penalty, right? Which he wasn't.
Yeah.
But then the next shot was him. They literally on Sky. They took it away. He was down, screaming, and all this. And then the next shot with him was him sprinting, and you go, "You tit!" And then he's at the front to have a go at Cole.
But I
Which
do listen. They are taught. It is part of the game now to go down with the minimalist of touches, isn't it? I mean, it is part of the game, and so I think maybe
it's so
Kyle
boring.
Walker was looking for it, and he didn't quite get enough. It just looks stupid,
It was pathetic.
and I'm not saying it's right because it isn't, but it's.
you look like a real tit.
You
Didn't
do,
you?
yeah.
Absolutely.
He-
You're the captain
he
of
let
like you're
himself
the
down.
captain of
Roy
the
Keane
city.
slammed him, didn't he?
Yeah.
He said, "I'm embarrassed. I don't know
Yeah.
him, but I'm embarrassed for him." And
Yeah.
it was. You look at it and you go, "Oh, like that." And to be fair, Walker kicked him off the
Yeah.
ball
That's right.
to
He did-
start.
I know.
Like he knew what he was doing. So he wanted the reaction, got it.
100%.
Like, and then I tell you what, Haaland, half a big boy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Did you see him and Ireland wrestling as well?
Yeah, he's a
was
lump,
great.
yeah.
Denmark versus Norway.
Yeah, I didn't realise how big he was until that
Yeah.
game. Like,
Yeah, he's a big
and
boy.
I wouldn't fancy.
They've packed him in the gym. You can see.
Yeah, he has. His
They-
neck was bigger, and like
Yeah,
he
they've
was.
sent it. They've sent him to.
Him
the
and
gym.
Ireland were enjoying it at corners, weren't
Yeah,
they? They were like,
having a laugh about it.
yeah, they were
You
like
can see.
ripping each other around. Right.
Question
Here's a
3.
proper one. Best feeling you have ever had at a game. I'll go to Sam first with this one.
At a live game or
A
watching
live
a
game. Like, no, any game.
Champions League finals, I would say. Watching those, especially the one against Man City when we beat them, that was unbelievable. But having said that, live game, I was in Germany when we won the Champions League first time round in Munich,
Against Bayern Munich.
in Bayern Munich at the Bayern Munich stadium. I was sat with Johnny Mellor's brother
Yeah.
in the corporate, and on the right of me was Sebastian Vettel, massive Bayern Munich fan. In front of me was Usain Bolt, and he was supporting Chelsea because he was like obsessed with Drogba at the time.
Massive cock.
Yeah. Always lower in the tone. Always lower in the tone. So yeah, no, that was just watching that in the Bayern Munich stadium in Germany, and just like that was you can't really beat that, can you? Winning the Champions League on penalties against the Germans, in Germany at their home stadium. That was unbelievable. So
What about you,
that
Time?
for me?
I would. There's no doubt about it, mate. The best 15 seconds of my life was when Dudek saved Shevchenko's
Yeah.
penalty, 2005. No, it's not even the best time in football, it was the best 15 seconds of my life.
Yeah.
I remember screaming so loud and just nothing around me mattered. It was, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
Best-
you, Chris? Was it the same one, or
Best,
was it?
best
Well,
few
that's-
seconds of my life.
It's funny because I actually went to the loo when he saved it because I couldn't watch. I was in a bar in Marbella. And
Yeah.
it's my birthday, so the champions, the European Cup final always sits around my birthday.
Yeah.
Like, when I was born,
What are you, May?
May 26th.
May 26. Yeah.
So 1977. So when I
Okay.
was born,
And
my
I was
dad
25th.
not in the
So
hospital.
that was the
He
day before your birthday.
Yeah.
It was the day before your birthday.
Well, so when I was born, my dad was watching the game. You know, before my mum was going into labour, and he was like, "Just hold on a second."
As you should be.
Anyway,
Wait
so
90 minutes.
so I couldn't watch. I went to the toilet and I heard this roar and I was like, "Fuck, what was that?" And then I came back and everyone said, "You're not going to believe what's just happened." That game, obviously, for any Liverpool fan of our age, is I think it might be the greatest game of football ever. It's in that conversation.
For a
It's
comeback.
It's up there.
Yeah.
With that
But
World Cup final with France,
Yeah.
Argentina.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
They're the same sort of game. Both are
Yeah.
3-3.
I'm going to
Was
say
Liverpool
though,
3-3?
Yeah. Liverpool
Yeah.
were 3 down at half time.
3 down. Oh,
Yeah, and it was 3-all with that game as well,
They scored
wasn't
like
it?
3 in the 7 minutes or
Yeah.
whatever it was.
I'm going to to be different.
6 minutes.
I'm going to say 1986 FA Cup final is the one is the first one I remember when we went 1-0 down. Lineker scored, and then we came back to win 3-1. That was when I first knew I was a fucking massive Liverpool fan.
Is
Yeah.
that Liverpool versus Everton?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to win the double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1986.
Ian Rush.
Ian Rush, yeah.
What a player he was.
Oh.
Paul. Yeah, mine would definitely be Prague, doesn't it? There's no
Oh, yeah.
doubt about it.
But the best bit was
It's over
watching-
there.
I thought
on
yours
the
would have
wall
been
there.
the
There it is, me
1966
kissing
World Cup
Declan
win.
Rice on the pitch.
Yeah.
The best bit about that game was when the camera cut to you and saw you running on the pitch.
Kissing Bowen and Deck.
I literally remember watching that at
feeling.
home, seeing you run on the pitch, just being like, "You cut! It's just the best, greatest thing I've ever seen."
So I've got the story there, right? So in my head all day, we've been drinking all day, and in my head, if we win it, we're going on the pitch. So I'm kind of saying it all day, like, "Oh, it'd be so great. We're going to get on the pitch. We're going on the pitch," and then Bowen scored. I was with James Collins from West Ham, mate Davey. Like there was all of us, all our crew, Danny Gallimore, all of us. So me and Ginge were going to the bar, backwards and forwards, all game. I didn't really watch the game at all. I was just too nervous, and it's the only game I've never ever really watched of West Ham. And then we came back and we got the penalty score. Ben Rama, they scored, and then Bowen scores, and I can just. But I thought it was around 70 minutes. I didn't know it was 89th minute.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of going, well, like that. And then everyone's sort of looking, and I look up and I went, it's 90 minutes. I went, we've won. And like this realization that come over me, and everyone's like, yeah. And I went, we got to go. We got to get on the pitch. So I go down to the pitch, but in my head, there is 10,000 people behind me. And in reality, so Mark Noble's little boy is in front of me, and Carly Noble, Mark's wife, is next to me. And I actually have a go at Carly, and my mate Sam Taylor's little boy Alfie, he's with us as well. So in my head, there's 10,000 people behind us, and they're going to get crushed because they're too little, they're younger. So I went, get him out of here, Carly, like push him to your side, like but she's obviously looking behind me thinking,
There's no one there.
who are you talking to? Like, this is Mark Noble's boy. He's going on. And who are you? You're a 40-year-old man. Like, you idiot. So I'm standing there, and it's only a little gate like this, and there's a man standing in front of me, and there's a padlock on it, and he's looking at me, and I went, "You want to watch out, mate?" I said, "We're all going on," but he's obviously looking at me as well, going, "There's you, and these are 2 kids." So as the final whistle goes, I boot the gate, and it's got a padlock on it, and the padlock just pinged off. And I just drop my shoulder, run, do a little zigzag, and I'm on the pitch. So obviously them, like Mark's boy, everyone, they're on there, and a couple of other mates, we've all run on there. And the geezer gets me in a chokehold, and we've got it on video, and he gets me in a chokehold, and Angelo Agbonna is there, and I went, Ange, like that, and he went, get off of him. And then as soon as he'd done that, that was it, I was in. And then that moment was just like, we're just partying, like we're running around. It was like an out of body experience.
it was-
but like seeing there, just sitting there, we're crying. I remember Joe and Colton are standing there. I know both of them. They're doing the interview at BT Sport, and I went, "Hey, Coleys," and they went, "Fuck you doing on here?" I'm jigging, but just that moment of Prague will never. I'll never ever relive that again. But that was my little story. Right, moving on. Shearer, Kane, or Haaland? Who you choosing?
Shearer.
Yeah,
Shearer for
Shearer.
me.
Yeah.
Oh, unanimous Shearer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who you benching? Who you selling?
Out of those three.
What was that?
Yeah, so
I didn't
we're
hear.
all starting Shearer, right? We're all keeping Shearer. Well, I didn't think it would be as easy as that. Who'd you get rid of out of Kane or Haaland?
Kane.
Whew.
Kane.
That's more difficult.
I
That's
think I'll
more
keep Kane.
difficult.
Do you?
I think he's a better player
He's a bit
Yeah.
older though.
Maybe.
all round. Yeah, no, actually, let's just say
Yeah.
their primes.
Okay, in their primes, I'd still get rid of Kane.
It's tough, yeah. I'm
It
probably
is a
saying
tough
Kane
one.
just to go against you, but it's...
But just I mean,
Yeah, I
I don't know.
It's a
there's been
difficult-
a
I
lot
would-
devastating.
Did you say get
Striker.
rid of? Who would you get rid of? Is that
Yeah.
what you said?
Out of the three,
I'd get rid of Haaland.
you'd get rid of Haaland.
I'd get
What,
rid of
'cause he's so
Haaland.
humble.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just
Stay
because he
humble.
doesn't
We had to
contribute
back about him,
as
hasn't it?
no, because he doesn't contribute as much to the game as Kane does. He doesn't.
That's true. I'll give you that. Kane is definitely
But
way
has
more
there
of an
been a
assist
more
machine.
impactful striker in the last
He's just
in their peaks?
He's just a
You look at Haaland,
bulldozer, isn't he?
Well,
Kane.
so is Lewandowski.
Kane.
but he's not in that. But all right, out of those three,
And
when
Benzema.
Haaland that season when he couldn't stop scoring.
No is the answer.
Yeah.
He's incredible. I love Haaland. I love watching him. I actually wish to see more of him, actually,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I'd love to
But
see him in a
obviously
team
he's the
where they
service.
cross balls
He
as
needs
well.
the service,
Like,
doesn't he?
yeah, I'd love to see like that. I think
Maybe Kane doesn't.
he had 18 touches of the ball the other day. It's like it's.
Do you
it's
do you
time.
not think though about Haaland? Because now City are obviously having this dry spell. Do you not think that somebody like Haaland should be taking a game by the scruff of the neck and making something happen? And
think
he's
he can.
never even
Has he got that
threatened
in
to
his
do
locker,
that.
Tom?
I don't know.
That's what I mean.
Not like
What's
not
that?
like Kane does in that sense. I would say.
Do you think he can? Has he got that in his locker? To go out and get the ball.
I
out
don't
and do
know.
stuff?
That's yeah. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. He
We've
should,
never seen him
for,
do that
for
in the Premier
somebody
League. have
who
we?
was
Because
being
but then is
talking
that
about.
because he can't, or is it because Pep won't let him?
It's a good
But
point.
Yeah, it's true.
so I don't know the answer to that. But Roy Keane's never wrong on many things. Because do you remember he famously said he's like a League One player, take the goals away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you say
hasn't
that
got-
about Haaland. I mean, I remember
His movement
I remember
is
Haaland's
incredible.
debut for Dortmund. They were 2-0 down away from home. He came on and scored a hat trick in about 15 minutes.
His goal scoring is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like actual finishing.
Yeah, his
And
number.
he's one of them players that doesn't get up, like he's not phased when he misses, is he?
No.
He just does it again.
His stats are just mad. Like when you
he's
look at his
massive.
numbers,
Massive.
The
He's
stats
massive,
are crazy.
Like, to be
I think
that big
defenders have
and
worked
that-
him out a little bit more to be a
Yeah.
bit more physical with him.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
maybe.
well,
I think he was coming and
they just put 2 or 3 people on him, and it's like
So it's harder for him
it's
now.
like what people are doing to Cole Palmer now. Like Cole Palmer's no joke got 3 players on him every single game now. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it is.
Who- Right,
Sam,
I'm gonna
would
move
you
on.
rather? Hang on one sec, Sam. Would you rather have Drogba or Haaland at Pete Chelsea?
In their primes.
Haaland's a better goal scorer than Drogba. Drogba was never a massive goal
Who
scorer.
said?
I mean, Drogba
Yeah,
was a good goal scorer, but Drogba was a big
Drogba
game
Always
player.
against
did
big
do
games.
things.
Drogba was a big game player. I mean,
Drogba
I don't
did
think that
things that
record-
Haaland can't do.
Yeah, I would say I would probably choose Drogba.
I don't know.
I would
What could Drogba do that
I
Haaland
would
couldn't?
choose Drogba.
I
not
would choose-
score.
I
Well,
would choose
he
Drogba.
You're
would
off
take
your
a game
tits,
by the
bro.
scruff of the neck. Like when Chelsea were having a bad game, Drogba would go and score 2 or 3 goals and win
He
them
would
the
take it
game.
by the scruff of the neck.
Haaland's
He
never
he
done
was
that.
He was never a 2 or 3 goal game. Let me tell you, Drogba was never a huge goal scorer.
He had a few seasons where he was like
Yes.
plus.
Drogba was an
He had a
animal
couple
of a
seasons where he
player.
was, but I mean, Haaland is consistently the top goal scorer in
Yeah.
the league.
Yes.
Let's
But
see. I'm going to
Drogba-
get
but-
Drogba's stats up here.
but what I
I want
was-
to just
what
because
I
I
was-
I'd be wrong, but I actually think he's got a bit more goals than I think he
Drogba
did.
got
What he's won
174.
as well,
He got
Drogba.
174
His
goals
impact
for
on
Chelsea.
Always in a
the
big,
league.
always in a big games.
was
He
a
done
big
it. He was
game player.
always finals, wasn't
And
he?
let 12 finals, 12 goals. I mean, that's like, and they
Strong.
won every single one of them.
Right, Chelsea.
Apart from Munich when he got sent off.
He had some big seasons. So like 16-16. Then he
Yeah.
had a 33.
That was under Ancelotti.
15. 14.
Yeah.
Then a 37.
Yeah.
37's a lot. 13.
Yeah.
So he was like he had a couple of seasons where
That's
he
what I'm saying. He had a few, but then those other
he had
seasons.
two seasons where he
injured.
hit 3 seasons where he hit 30.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry, one of them was in Marseille. No, he had 2 seasons where he hit in the 30s. The rest were all average 15 goals a season,
Yeah.
which actually isn't huge, is it?
No.
And that's cups included.
No, it's not
just
huge, but
Premier
but he
League.
was a hold-up player though. he was never somebody who was expected to score 30 goals a season. He was the best I've ever seen at holding the ball up, Drogba.
There you go. There's his premiership. 10, 12, 20, 8, 5, 29, 11, 5.
Yeah.
So the 29 is better than hell.
That was when we won the league.
Yeah, 09-10. But
Under
that is a. But yeah, Haaland though is devastating.
Yeah.
His goals. If you put them next to each other, there's not even they're not even
that's
comparable.
true.
Right. Who's the biggest character in the game now?
The biggest character.
Struggling because there's hardly any now.
Yeah,
One thing I
that's
will
true.
say, I saw Jude Bellingham's interview the other week after Real Madrid with Mika Richards, and I thought he was incredible. For
I saw
21 years of age,
CBS.
he handled the whole interview.
Yeah.
He was charming, he was polite, he was commanding. Everything you looked at. Now, I don't think he's got loads of character, but actually, I looked at him and I thought, what a great young man that is. You know, like I actually
agree
said
with
someone,
that.
I bet his mum and dad are so proud. You know, like
Oh, yeah.
the way he was. He spoke so well. He just was everything that you'd want your boy to be. He was it. I'd like to say that. But
And he
who's the
speaks Spanish as well. He's pretty proficient in his Spanish too. Yeah.
who's the biggest character in the game now, though?
Well, when you say character, what do you mean? Like the
Well,
biggest? Like
We had
are we
characters in
talking
the game
Neil
everywhere,
Ruddock
but
as
they're
a
not
character?
there now.
Do you know who I
Robertson's
think it
probably
is?
ours.
Martinez, the Villa keeper.
Andy Roberts.
Yeah, that's a
Martinez.
good shout.
amongst our
Yeah.
team. Andy Robertson.
Tony said a good one. Martinez for Villa. He's a big character in the game.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right.
See,
actually.
did you see the
He's
save
the
he
one.
made at,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Unbelievable,
How he
yeah.
done it?
That
It's
It's
reminded,
probably
insane.
the greatest ever save in the Premier League, that, because it's
Yeah.
impossible to
Yeah.
do it.
it reminded me of
Yeah.
when Seaman saved from
Yeah.
Paul Pes. What was his name?
Yeah,
Pescalozzi?
Pescasolido.
Pescasolido. Well remembered.
that worth
Getting
a
that one
Scrabble?
out. He's Karen Brady's
Fulham.
husband, eh?
Karen Brady's husband,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that he was Sheffield United. When
Didn't
that
he go
game was.
Fulham as well?
He was
The-
there, but that
these
game when he
days, the
finished
big
up in
characters are the South Americans, aren't they? The South Americans don't fuck around. Like
Yeah.
they're
Does
proper
Cole
characters.
Palmer come into that?
I'd say Cole Palmer's a character, just
Yeah,
because
so
of the
do
fact
I.
that he's just so nonchalant. Like they'll give him like a minute
Yeah, I guess
question
he's
and
a
be like,
different
3
type.
points.
Yeah.
Like
Chippy
Fish and
chips.
chips.
Yeah, literally, like,
Yeah.
yeah, great, well done. Like when they said you were in a title race the other day, he was like, oh, "What are you talking?" Like literally, as if like, "Fuck off!" Like,
Yeah.
He's also changed from a
he's a
Manc
good-
to a Cockney as well now.
I think I think Martinez is the correct answer. I think
Yeah,
so's
he's a big shithouser.
Yeah.
He is, isn't he?
He is.
He is. Yeah.
A massive shithouser he is in. I like him. Manager of the season so far.
Nuno or
Honest lot. Next question.
No, forget that. Nuno or
What do you mean,
Enzo.
forget that? He's top of the league when
What
everyone
you-
thought
what-
we were going to be
Yeah,
like
but look at the
mid-table.
look at the squad you got. Okay, if we're going to take the big teams out, you've got to give it to Nuno.
But we're not.
Do
Okay,
you know
well,
what? I
let's
think
not
that's a
take the
very-
big
I think
teams
that's
out
actually-
and give it to
I
who
think he's actually
deserves
got a
it.
very good point. And it's not someone I would have thought of either.
Yeah.
There's no doubt that Arnie Slot is doing an amazing
Yeah.
job.
It's
With an
Arnie's
amazing
boys.
squad, it has-
But
Boys,
I would probably
it's Arnie's
put-
slot. Let's move on.
No,
How do you-
I
how
think
do you
The
follow
correct
Jurgen Klopp?
answer is Arnie slot.
Jurgen, who?
But how do
well,
you, how do
quite
you-
easy. The geezer won one title. Like, everyone goes up. I'm baffled with this Klopp.
No.
Phenomenal.
It's not the one title. It's the complete shift that he took.
Yeah,
Liverpool. Like
you're
Liverpool
right,
were
Chris.
I would
Complete
were-
shift
Yeah.
to the winning the same amount
To
of
be
titles.
fair, Liverpool
brother.
would. Yeah, but Liverpool would have. I mean, like when you
Yes, I know,
win
City.
99 points and you're not winning the league. Like, I mean, you want to shoot
Twice.
this-
Yeah,
like,
You've got to remember,
97.
also
twice.
they did finish 16 points above Arsenal's invincible team. 16 points they finished above that
Yeah.
team. Like, and come second.
yeah.
Like, so that, yes, but Arnie Slot's taken down Pep and now he's in the mental institute.
He's the
I mean,
Pep
listen,
Slayer.
Slot,
He's the
Slot
Pep
said-
Slayer.
Pep
like
Slayer,
like
yeah.
Derek was the like Derek was the Messi Slayer. Arnie's the Pep Slayer.
Exactly.
But I've got to say, I think what he never did, Slot, is what Maresca has done at Chelsea and inherited an absolute shit show.
$1 billion team.
Mate,
But it's all right
Stop
calling people on
it.
the team. But most of these players were not worth the money they paid for them.
No.
Right? But that club was an absolute shit show
But if you
from
throw
the
enough
off.
shit at the wall, some's going to stick.
But Liverpool weren't a shit show when he took over. Right?
When Klopp left, it
Well,
was
they-
a whole,
they-
like,
they
anointing
weren't
and,
great.
like, all hail the new king coming in. And all
Yeah,
that.
I know. So I actually
I don't
think
If we take out the big clubs, you got to give it to Nuno. I mean, when
Yeah.
you think about the job
So
that he's
far,
done,
you
they're
can't.
fourth.
You
they were
can't take out the
relegation
big clubs.
favourites.
Say that again, Tone.
You can't just say let's take out the big clubs.
No, I actually
So
think
is
I
the
actually think
question
two
who's the best
managers are-
manager, or is the question who's the best manager minus the big clubs?
No,
What's the
who's
question?
the best manager? Who's the manager of the season so far?
Arnie Slot.
I'd give it to Nuno.
I would give it to Arnie Slot.
I'd probably give it to Maresca
Yeah.
for me. Only because
Chris, I think you've got
well,
to
you two are
decide
going
and
to
go,
say
mate.
it.
What are you going with?
Anyone? Oh, they played for Liverpool. It's got to be them.
He's got a better point with Nottingham Forest.
I
than
do
Maresca.
agree with that.
You know,
No, I
mean,
do think, and I'm also
you can
not
make
taking
it,
anything.
that's a fair. I mean, obviously, you know, we're going to be
taking our
biased,
bias out of
but
it.
Yes.
you know, it's a very fair. But I still think, you know, people thought we were going to capitulate.
Nuno, Forest
And
have
to be
beaten
better than
Liverpool
we
at
were last
Anfield
year is
and
just-
United at Old Trafford this year.
I know.
I don't disagree. But
Yeah.
That's no mean feat.
So who we going with, Chris? You're the deciding vote. Who we going with?
it's Arnie Slot. Like it just is.
Ah, okay. All right, guys. Good job.
But it's a fair.
Move
but it's
on.
close.
Next
It's
question.
close. It
Arnie
is close
Slot.
with Forest.
You lot, it's like if anyone's ever had a sniff of
No,
Liverpool.
no. I'm
they
Good
love
all right, said Fred. One
Jurgen
again.
Klopp. They love Jurgen Klopp, all of them.
Lord Klopp.
Yeah, Klopp,
right-
serial losers. That's what they are.
Hey, by
Right.
the way, did
We're
you
wrapping
see?
up there.
Did you see
We're-
Pep
All right, on that
Linders?
bombshell.
Pep
we got
Linders
to take
got sacked today.
we got to take a break because Tony's camera's going to cut out, so we'll be back in 2 minutes. Welcome back to Football or Soccer. This is our question and answers episode. I am with two of the most biased scousers in the world and a sensible Chelsea fan.
Mate, we're sensible scousers.
Right, we got two more questions. Best centre back ever in the Premier
Virgil van Dijk.
We're sensible scousers.
Please don't tell me they've said
He's already
Virgil
said
van
it.
Dijk.
I
Next
just saw it.
question.
I'm just lit red.
Next question.
Sammy Hippier.
You two are actually ill.
Well, go on. Who's better than Virgil van Dijk?
I
Don't
could probably
say John
name
Terry.
20.
Terry, Vidic.
Tony Adams, Sol Campbell,
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Rio
Yeah.
Ferdinand.
So sorry. We're biased because we say Virgil van Dijk, and the Chelsea fan who screams out John Terry is not
I actually
biased.
think-
Six Premier League titles. I mean, Virgil's got one.
Two Champions, well,
Not-
two
I
Champions
wouldn't,
League.
I wouldn't even say a Champions League. I'd say we're talking Premier League. 6 Premier League titles as captain.
Next you'll be saying that Lampard was better than Gerrard because he won
I
more
know
Premier League
that.
titles.
Listen, I'll leave you two to fight that out with all your websites and interviews and this one and that one said it and Jersey Dudek's dog said it as well. And like,
Oh, mate. No, in seriously, I think it's a serious question because I think Vincent Kompany's in that.
yeah.
I don't think you can say who's the best. If I had to be pushed, I actually think it was probably John Terry, and I think the reason being with that, I think people think of John Terry as this throwing his head into anything, which he was. But I think the thing that actually people don't remember is how good of a passer of a ball he was with both feet,
Yeah.
left and right foot, head in.
Have you ever seen Virgil van Dijk play football, Sam?
Pardon?
Have you ever seen Virgil van Dijk play football?
Virgil van Dijk is a good footballer. He
Yeah,
is a
but
good
they also
footballer,
play-
but-
He's
different system now.
he's the best passer of a ball outside of Trent Alexander-Arnold at Liverpool.
But he has the odd mistake in Virgil van Dijk.
Great
You
shout
never
out,
really
by the
saw
way,
you
Tom.
never really saw Terry making the mistakes that I'm not saying.
Oh
he makes
no!
a mistake
What
every
about that
game.
Champions League final, Sam?
Which one?
Where he fell over for the
When he
penalty.
slipped on his arse.
Yeah, but
I would call that a mistake.
What about his off-field?
But then going back to the Gerrard thing, what about when Gerrard fell over and he didn't win the league? Like, it's the same kind of situation.
All right,
isn't
well
it?
then, listen. There's no need to get personal, Sam.
Bringing back harsh memories, am I, Tony?
Also, Tony Adams. People forget what a player Tony Adams was.
And do you remember when he scored that 5th goal against Everton when they won the league that day, and he ran half the length of the pitch,
And he was spinning come back when a prison came back.
Yeah,
The proper man.
Tony Adams.
Sol Campbell was a proper player.
he was an unbelievable player. Sol Campbell was
Yeah,
incredible.
he was.
I think
he
Rio
was, wasn't
Ferdinand's
he?
the biggest.
Vidic as well.
Do you think?
I don't.
Why
think
do you
Vidic
think
was
Sol
anywhere
Campbell?
near
Why do you think Sol
Virgil
Campbell's
as a
so
defender,
underappreciated?
as a
Yeah.
all round? You what? Sorry.
I was saying, why do you think Sol Campbell is so underappreciated? Because he was a proper football player, Sol Campbell.
I
But
think
he
he's-
obviously
do you know what
went
it is? I
from
think he's a
Spurs to
moaner.
Arsenal.
Yeah,
I think he's a moaner, and I think
He seems unlikable when you hear him speak, doesn't he?
he thought the world owed him a living, and he didn't get the
I
opportunities he
mean,
wanted.
Yeah, I
think
don't
there was
know
a bit
whether
of
he
that.
thought the world owed him a living, but he
I
just seems
I think he's been very
unlikable.
vocal about it. That I didn't get the jobs, I didn't do this. Well, maybe you didn't have the right attitude, and I think
Yeah.
with him, clubs couldn't trust him with that. It's weird because I did think you'd see more of Sol Campbell in the media because he's actually quite educated.
he is. He's a
Like
smart
when
guy.
you hear him speak, actually,
Oh, he's a smart man. Yeah, he's a
but
smart
I think
man.
he's always got a moan. You know, like there's always something he's kind of moaning about. Poor me. It feels like with Sol Campbell.
I get
to
that.
me.
Play the victim card.
Yeah, I don't know if that's. I think people maybe kept him at arm's length a little bit because of that. That's the only thing I can think of. Because why else would you not have him?
He was prone to a tantrum, wasn't he? Like,
Yeah.
do you remember when he walked off at half time?
West Ham. Was that game?
Yeah, when he left at half time.
When Bobby Zamora and Rio Coker and
Yeah.
Everton smacked them up. Last team to win at Highbury.
There you go.
Rio Ferdinand, if you could have anyone else.
It's
When
not
I'm
that
at
you're
half-time.
counting.
Yeah, he did. He stormed out the stadium, and then he had something at Portsmouth as well that he had a big fallout with Harry Redknapp or something, didn't he?
Yeah, he's always got.
there's
He's
there's
had a
something
few
going on.
gripes. There's something clearly not right with
there's-
him.
There's something going on there.
Listen, he took a bold move, but I do think he was an amazing player.
Yeah, he was a phenomenal player.
But I think.
But
Vidic, I don't
anyway,
think's in
the answer
question.
to the question is Virgil van Dijk.
I'm going John Terry.
I'm going John Terry.
I actually think Vincent Kompany.
What are you going with, Chris?
He had 4 or 5 Premier League titles as captain.
They're talking about Virgil maybe being the, and this is not just Liverpool fans.
No,
They're
it is
talking-
just Liverpool
It's
fans
not,
because no
yeah.
one else says it. It's literally just Liverpool fans.
You know, the
No
best-
one else
best
puts him in the
ever
conversation.
centre-back full stop is how they're talking about.
I don't know
him,
how
so-
you can say the greatest ever centre back's a guy that's won
In the
one
Premier League.
In the Premier League's won one Premier League title.
Wait.
33.
Okay,
The
well,
same
listen.
as Wes Morgan.
Yeah. I mean, you look at someone like Scholes, who's got 13 Premier, or no, Giggs, who's got 13. Premier
Okay,
League
Never
but
scored
but
as many
it's
points as
but
Virgil van Dijk
are we
did.
talking
They
about
didn't.
the great?
Yeah, but you could. It doesn't matter. You
Doesn't
couldn't
matter.
get over the line.
They still won it.
We're playing against the best.
Are we
team
talking
maybe
about the
ever.
greatest
No,
teams or the
fucking. There's
greatest?
always
in
whoever
Man
wins
City.
it. Whoever wins it's the best team.
He's got one title, Virgil van Dijk. I mean, yes, you could have had, if City weren't
No,
incredible,
I don't buy that, Sam. No way, Jose. No way, fucking Jose.
Well, listen, Man United
I
were
don't-
incredible, and
I
Arsenal
don't
managed to
buy-
get them, and so did
I-
Chelsea.
Wait. I don't buy the person who's only won one Premier League title. Gerrard never won any.
Well,
But
exactly.
it's-
That's why he's
we
not as
all
good as
know
Lampard
he
or
was the
Scholes.
best midfielder that's ever existed. We all know that he's the
Fucking
best.
this Liverpool bias. I can't, honestly.
God. I tell
I
you
can't, I
what.
can't deal with it anymore. I'm going to have to fucking get rid of you two.
It's this southern bias, Chris. It's this southern bias. They don't know it. They don't know anything
listen,
that
credit-
exists north of Watford.
credit's given where credit is due. Like, I mean, it's yes, he transformed Liverpool with Alisson from being a fourth place team to a title
To a
challenging-
third place.
Yeah, to a title challenging team, but at the same time,
Trying to bite my lip.
I mean, like you look at the way that Company, because like the battle of the centre backs was Company versus Van Dijk, and Company always came out on
And
top.
Van Dijk was better.
He might have been, but Company was the one there going like that
Yeah,
at the end of
exactly.
the year.
I actually think Company's probably a bit underrated. I think Company's one of the best.
So with that logic, was the woman who served the tea at Man City better than the woman who served the tea at Liverpool because Man City won the title?
Yes. But what a stupid question. That's the sort of thing I'd expect from a Liverpool fan. Who gives a fuck about the tea? You know, like, let's be honest. Like,
it's Van Dijk.
You're talking
Van
about
Dijk
titles
is the best,
and you have to bring it to
Van Dijk
teams.
is the best centre-half in Premier League history. I would even go as far as to say in English football history. I would even go as far as to say that.
You tit. Let me tell you, Bobby Moore, he couldn't fucking lace his boots.
Bobby who?
Yeah. Let me tell you, Virgil van Dijk ain't got a statue in 2 places in the country. Outside Wembley and 3, sorry.
That was a good one.
Upton Park and the London Stadium. 3 statues that man's got.
Of all time.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah,
funny.
let me tell
He
you.
wasn't
Van
bad,
Dijk,
but he was no
he
Virgil.
won't even be remembered in 10 years.
Give me a
As
break.
Company's out the question now, it'll be the same with Van Dijk.
No
He will
way.
never have the legacy that Terry, Rio, any of them had. I don't think, because he hasn't won it.
Yeah,
When you look
What,
back
what,
in
what
years,
legacy did Terry and Rio
that's why
have
you remember
apart
Hansen,
from the team?
Neil.
Yeah.
You remember these names because they won everything. And I think that is the legacy.
He's won everything though, Virgil van Dijk. He's
won
won
it
the
once.
league, the Champions.
Oh, yeah, once.
He's done it once.
So is Jamie Vardy and Wes Morgan. It's like...
How many of
That's
them
what I'm
did
saying,
Bobby
you know,
Moore
Jimmy
win?
Torrey
When
won
you
on
talk,
them.
okay, Tony,
Sam.
when you're talking that like Wes Morgan's got as many titles,
Vladimir
as Van Dijk.
Schmisa won a
How many?
Champions League.
How many?
because
How
of
many of
Steven
those
Gerrard.
European
That's why
Cups
Steven Gerrard is the best
did
player.
Bobby Moore win?
Bobby Moore decided to stay with the people rather than going to the top.
A bit like Steven Gerrard.
How many World Cups
He
did
won
Steven Gerrard
fucking
win?
none of them. He won none of them.
Or Virgil,
Zero.
how
of
many
them.
World Cups did Virgil van Dijk win? Fucking none,
World
let me
Cups?
tell you. Couldn't lace Sir
No,
Bobby's
but
boots.
with the teams in the league we're
gonna
talking
agree to
about.
disagree on this
How
one, so.
many did he win, Bobby Moore? Did he win an FA
didn't
Cup?
play, he didn't play for...
Did he even
won
win
a
a
European...
League Cup,
Actually, he
that
did. He
fella?
won a European Cup in 75.
There was an interview just recently with Van Dijk where I can't remember, I wish I could remember who the striker was, and they're looking at him going, we go into those games going, how are we going to score against that man? Like they're literally going into the games going, we can't get past him. We can't score if he's Van Dijk.
Man Mountain he
I
is.
can't. It was literally just this week, and I wish I could remember who it was.
No, there was a season where he didn't get dribbled past for like 28 games or something.
You know why? You know what that
games.
is? Because he just kept sitting further back. The goals were going in.
Okay,
front of him.
how
They don't
about
show you
how
that
about
stat.
this for an argument? Instead of talking about semantics and silly stuff, how about this for an argument? In the most successful British football club that has ever existed, he is probably our best centre half that's ever played for us.
I think people would disagree with you. On,
You think he's
with
better than
Hansen.
Alan
Who?
Hansen?
Well, no. They would have an argument with Alan Hansen, but there'd also obviously be an argument for Van Dijk as well. So that's my argument for John Terry and Rio Ferdinand, who I think are both absolutely shitbags. But
Right, I'm moving
Rio
on.
was amazing. Rio was
Obviously,
definitely
they're both amazing. But I think Virgil pips it by a nose. I think he's got it by a nose.
I can't.
Right.
I can't.
He's going to become like that geezer from Arsenal TV.
Yeah. Ty.
Everything Arsenal.
He's
right?
Ty from our AFTV.
Right.
Go on.
Last question.
Yeah.
Who is the best ever Spanish import into
Rafa Benitez.
Who is the best ever Spanish import into the Premier League?
David Silva.
Rafa Benitez. No,
David Silva.
that's probably right, actually.
Yeah, I think you're... Cesc?
I think David Silva's maybe
Yeah.
one more.
I'd say
I mean,
Cesc.
say this Fabregas would probably be up there. Yeah.
Is he
But I
still,
think
is he still
Silva-
the record assist holder, Cesc, at the Premier League?
No, I think De Bruyne
What
is.
about Pep?
Oh. Yeah. Pep?
Pep.
Poor.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose player manager is he's 100% Pep.
Yeah.
We've had some good ones. What are some other ones? Javi
Torres.
Alonso? Torres? I knew you'd bring up
Oh,
there.
well, what do you think?
I mean,
Chelsea had, who's a good one Chelsea's had?
I'd say
Torres.
Cesc played.
Not
For us.
Torres.
He was a good. Cesc was at us. He was great for a couple of years. Won a couple
Yeah.
of league titles. Juan Mata was another good Spaniard that we had.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
United.
He was a good player for us, and then United. Who else could you say?
Yeah, I'm
I
thinking
mean,
we-
Arsenal would say Santi Cazorla. He was a good.
He was
They'd be
not
wrong.
that level.
He was
yeah,
a good,
they'd be
player.
well wrong.
He was a good player.
Good player, but nowhere never near that top level. Not like a David Silva.
Just as a player, we're talking about, right? Not
Yeah,
Otherwise,
I think the answer is David Silva, isn't it? I think he's
Yeah,
or
I think
like,
it
I think
is.
Cesc is also. Oh, Diego Costa was a great one.
Yeah, he was.
that-
awesome.
that-
Costa. He was Brazilian.
Absolute.
I know he was Spanish.
yeah.
wasn't
But he's
Well,
Spain.
he was
Spain,
he was
isn't he?
Spanish, but he played. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was a bit
Menace.
ambiguous with his nationality, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was a bit of a dodgy
But
one.
how long did he play for Chelsea for, Sam?
Three seasons.
Yeah, not long enough actually, was he?
No,
He
It
was that
wasn't
player
very
you-
long,
you
was
hated
it?
Him, but you'd love him to be on your
He
team,
was
wouldn't
he
you?
was a proper shithouse, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was the king of it, wasn't
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he? He was
Yeah.
brilliant, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that is the wrap for our question and answers episode. We are back obviously every Monday, and obviously throughout this Christmas season, we're going to have
around the world.
loads of games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loads of
Load of
games.
fixtures Wednesday.
You what?
Premiership's back on Wednesday.
Yeah, well, we've got a lot. It's going to be all over
it's
the
great.
place
It's
now.
the
It's
best
going to be
time-
like
it's the best time of
daily.
the year.
Wait,
and
isn't it the
Who's top
isn't
in
it the League
January?
Cup this week? It's the League
Yeah, that
Cup,
as
no?
well. Yeah, the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
United, Spurs, Arsenal plays Palace. I think you're in it as well, aren't you? Who have you got?
Southampton away to Southampton,
fucking
Liverpool.
hell, another easy run for Liverpool.
But I saw a little thing this morning where apparently half of the under 21s team have been left out of a game that they played today. So I think Slot is gonna go with the kids on when I think it's Wednesday.
I would think
Wednesday
you
or
could
Thursday
pump
we
them
play.
easy with kids or not. They look absolute garbage. Southampton.
Who, Southampton?
Although they're going to have a
Well,
new
they're
manager.
probably not gonna
so
have a
we don't know who
manager.
Their new manager would be. If I was them, I'd go out and get someone
Manager bounce.
sensible because I think you could probably save teams at the minute because I think there's so many bad teams in this league this year.
Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
be awful.
I don't think it's actually the fact of that
The
there's
most
so many
unmemorable league in the history of.
most unmemorable league that it'll ever be because I don't think there's many good teams. I think there's plenty of bad teams.
Might make for a hell of a race, though.
I actually think there's more bad teams than good
Yeah.
teams this year.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be. It's
Yeah.
gonna be. It's
Yeah.
a very open season,
Which
this
is
year.
weird, isn't it? Like, which makes it open, but it's not because everyone's good. Like, it's just kind
It's
of
always like this. It's like this every year. I don't understand this argument about every other team shit apart from somebody who wins the league. It's like this every year. There's 4 good teams. There's 7 average teams, and then the rest are all shit. And it's a flip of the coin whether they get relegated or not.
All right, I'll ask this to go. Who's top of the league for 2025? Going into 2025.
Probably Liverpool.
Who wins? Oh, you mean on
No, who's
January
gonna be-
1st?
who's gonna
Who's
go
to the
in?
New Year top of the league?
I mean, Liverpool would have to have a pretty terrible next 4 games if we're not top of the league.
Phew. Quite easy. They are bottlers. I'm going to go Liverpool. So at the time of recording, I'm going to go Liverpool. I actually don't think Liverpool had a wobble against Fulham. I think they actually had a good result.
I agree.
Because they had.
Yeah, I
So you
agree
are
with that,
impartial, SP.
No, I am impartial. I actually think I actually looking at it a bit
agree.
different. Everyone wants it to be a wobble, but I don't think it was. I actually think it was just a bad. They had 10 men.
It happens.
If you can get a draw
And Fulham are a good team.
with 10
They
men
are.
against
Fulham
Fulham,
are-
who's a
Fulham
good
aren't a
team,
bad
I think
side.
that's actually you look at that and go, we could have lost that. That could be a game.
And by the way, Fulham are no mugs. Fulham are
That's
no
what I mean.
mugs. They're a
Yeah.
good football team.
Yeah, I think they do really well. So I actually think you'll look back on that and go, that was a point game
one.
there where we should have lost that game
Yeah.
or could have easily
Yeah,
lost that game. So anyway,
agree with
so
that, you know.
We're all going Liverpool. Obviously, Sam's open Chelsea.
Yeah,
You've got Chelsea have got a really favourable run over this next few
we do. We
weeks,
play a
haven't
lot.
they?
We play a lot of bottom half sides over the next couple of weeks. So
Yeah.
it's going to be very interesting to see how that goes. And
So they could be.
if we
in
continue
there.
it, yeah, you never know. You never know.
Arsenal could be there. Like I say, there's Forest keep coming.
Yeah, hopefully Arsenal aren't there. Hopefully they drop off and carry on being shit.
Right, that's all from us. Enjoy your weeks, everyone.
Yeah,
Remember to follow us on YouTube,
Yeah.
Apple, Spotify. Any questions, send them in. And we look forward to seeing you all soon.
Absolutely.
See you later.
See you soon, folks.
Bye.
See you, pal.